This chapter will help you recognise the changes that are commonly experienced by people with dementia. Communicate with people in a way that recognises their strengths and takes account of their difficulties. Recognise individual needs and diversity, and understand the effect of stigma and address this wherever possible. Dementia is a condition that affects the brain and the way people behave, act and think. No two people will have the same experience. It will not progress at the same rate or have the same impact. Dementia can be described as a journey, and for some people there may be signs long before they get a diagnosis. Everyone's journey is unique, but may follow a path starting with finding out it's dementia, and follow a route through living well with increasing help and support, and end of life and dying well. A person with dementia may begin to find their usual activities more difficult. They can, however, expect to have a good quality of life, to retain their relationships and interests, and to feel good about themselves and the people closest to them. We all have a role in contributing to that quality of life, and being able to recognise some of the ways dementia can affect people will help us to be sensitive and responsive in the way we work with them. There are a number of common signs that you may recognise as you meet people with dementia at work, in your community and at home. They may have problems remembering a range of things, from the day of the week to where they are or what they've said. They might repeat things and even get lost. Visiting unfamiliar places can be challenging, particularly if they are noisy or busy. The person can feel confused, uncertain, anxious and distressed as a result of their symptoms. They may need time to think and to process information. It is important to the person to feel our understanding and support. Their families and carers might feel bewildered and afraid, or sad and overwhelmed. They will need our support as well. Gradually, people with dementia may lose the ability to do everyday things like paying bills, cooking and shopping. Doing things in the right order can start to become a challenge, and this may have an impact on activities such as caring for their appearance. They may stop doing things that they've enjoyed or that were part of their daily routine. With support and encouragement, people can carry on with many interests and activities for much longer, which can continue to provide satisfaction and a sense of purpose. We take communication for granted. We think nothing of finding the right words to use as we write messages, speak to friends, families or colleagues. For some, there may be difficulties in finding words as language starts to need more thought and effort. If we use jargon, we are likely to alienate and confuse the very people we want to support. So, keeping sentences short and using everyday words can help, and following up verbal information with written or visual information can also be useful. A smile, a gesture or a touch can also communicate encouragement and connection. Dementia is progressive, and the person will gradually become less able. This usually happens very slowly. Little by little, the person may need more help. Eventually, they will be unable to manage activities like eating, drinking and going to the toilet, but this won't happen suddenly. Someone can live with dementia for many years. At the moment, there is no cure. But there is a lot that we can all do to support their quality of life and that of their family and carers. We've mentioned that dementia affects a range of ages, not just older people. It is also found in cultures around the world and affects both men and women and people from across all socio-economic groups. Sadly, people with dementia can be exposed to stigma and negative stereotypes from the media and from the public. For example, people are often labelled as dementia sufferers or dementia patients, which gives us a different picture from people living with dementia. It is easy to dismiss and belittle people with dementia if we listen to or use these labels. It is very important that we support and encourage positive attitudes and behaviour towards people with dementia. We want Scotland to be dementia friendly. We will now hear from people with dementia as they describe the impact that dementia is having on their lives.
It's my writing. I can no longer, my ability to write, and I can start off writing and then it's for some unknown reason it goes away and I can't read it back.
And then you get the thing like this thing we talk about, the fog. You can be in the middle of a conversation or giving a talk or whatever, and suddenly I can't think of how to explain it or quantify it. It's like a shutter coming down in your brain. And you know there's nothing you can do about it. Everything stops. You stop hearing properly, you stop seeing properly, and you can't think.
When I'm under stress, that's when my speech will go, when I forget to take my water and hydrate myself, and that, then you see the old, at the beginning where the diagnosis, you see that all creeping back. It's as if you've got to keep a fine controlled, thing way on it. But it doesn't work for everybody. Everybody is different in their dementia, and there's some people that have dementia that it affects their speech.
My speech sometimes is getting slightly, it's sometimes, some days it's not all that great. My writing can be a little bit difficult, especially on the Christmas cards. So I've started them ages ago so I can get those done. Some days I can't write. I know it goes squiggly. I know that I'm not writing properly. And I've just got to stop and start again. And I'm okay, maybe in a day's time. You've just got to react accordingly. So that's the only way I can do it,
Exploring the experiences of people with dementia shows us ways to provide the best possible care and support. We want to illustrate how small changes in our thinking and behaviour and our communication can make a big difference. An appointment at a doctor's surgery is something that we're all familiar with, and yet the quality of the experience can have significant consequences for a person with dementia. This was George's experience.
Good morning, can I help you?
I've come to see the doctor.
What's your name, please?
George MacDonald.
I see your name on the list for today. Which doctor's the appointment with? Is it your own doctor? What time is the appointment? And is it with your own doctor?
Well, I always come here, and I'm sure it's today. Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, okay. It was the 25th. I can give you another appointment at 11 tomorrow. Hello, Sandy Bank Medical Practice. Yes, thanks for that, that's fine. There you go, Mr. McDonald. Tomorrow at 11. Good morning, how can I help?
That man lives just round the corner from here. They say he's got dementia.
He can't be that old.
He's younger than me. I'm sure he's just in his 50s. Very sad.
No one in this scenario is trying to make life difficult for George, but the outcome for him is confusion and distress. How would you feel coming into this situation? Take time to consider the following. How do you think George is feeling at this point? How else could this have been handled to make sure that George feels respected and valued? What's suggested by the neighbour's response? How do you think this scenario could have been changed to make sure that there was a better outcome for George? So, what are the key learning points? A person with dementia commonly presents with memory problems and confusion. Communication must take into account the person and their needs. It is important that we do not assume that dementia only affects older people. In fact, early onset dementia is not uncommon, and there is growing evidence of people with learning disabilities developing dementia at a younger age as they are living longer. Stigma can be associated with people with dementia, and it can take a variety of forms. So, how else could this have been handled to make sure George feels respected and valued? Here's one option.
Good morning, how can I help you?
I've come to see the doctor.
Do you have an appointment?
Yes,
What's your name, please?
George MacDonald.
I can't see your name on the list for today, Mr. MacDonald. Did you get an appointment card?
Oh, well, yes, I think so, yes.
There's no rush. Take your time. I'm always the same when I'm looking for things.
Let's see, could it be one of these? I get things so muddled up these days.
Yes, it's this one. And I can see you've got the right time but the wrong day. It was yesterday. It's easily done. You've got a lot of cards there. No wonder you got muddled up.
I'm sorry.
It's no problem. Even the handwriting on here is not very clear. Can you come back to the surgery tomorrow, Mr. MacDonald?
Oh, yes. You know, I'm forgetting things all the time now.
I'll give you a new card with a time for tomorrow instead, Mr. MacDonald. There you go. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Would it help you if I gave you a call in the morning to remind you?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. You know, that would be a great help.
Okay. Take care and I'll give you a phone in the morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good morning. How can I help you?
I'd like an appointment, please.
This scenario demonstrates how small changes can make a big difference. So what are the key learning points? Recognising the person and responding respectfully can change the experience for people with dementia. Good communication is critical. It is important to speak clearly and simply, present one question at a time, and allow time for responses. By doing this, we can support a sense of working together. We can all contribute to finding feasible and creative solutions to the difficulties encountered by people with dementia. In this chapter, we've looked at some important effects of dementia on memory and communication. Chapter 3 will look at how dementia can affect feelings and behaviour.